Hi Chloe B, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you, James. How are you?
I'm not bad. So what are you doing in the Town Hall Square today then, Chloe?
Well, I've come today for the same reason as all these guys, which is it's very good to celebrate Leicester, but one thing we've got to not forget is that there are some people in this city who cannot celebrate because some people, this is a happy day for a lot of people, but a lot of people are sitting on the street today, and this is what we've got to not forget. So I'm here to support the mass sleep out, which has been happening all over the country over this weekend, to make a stand against the bedroom tax, which is leading to homelessness, and to make a stand against cuts and things that are leading to disabled people, elderly people and terminally ill people sometimes ending up on the street, which is wrong.
Yeah, and this is at a time when Leicester City Council are proposing to cut 160 beds. What do you think of that idea?
Well, I can see what the council are trying to do. They said they're trying to change the system so that people don't get trapped in cycles and people move on quicker, but they've decided the way to do this is to cut a massive amount of the homelessness budget. Now, when you listen to the homeless people themselves and the people who actually work on the ground in the homeless services, these people are telling the council these ideas, these proposals are not going to work. You cannot improve homeless services by cutting their funding by £1 million. It's just not common sense. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't matter what you put down on paper. Cutting £1 million out of the homeless budget is going to lead to more people being on the streets, more people like this who are going to be sleeping in tents, sleeping in doorways, sleeping in bins. You know, we heard a very sad story about one man who slept in a bin for his own safety and was taken by a rubbish truck and put in the rubbish and died. And it is horrible.
Yeah, I think he got crushed to death.
He got crushed to death in the van.
Great,
and it's horrific that people are having to resort to that. I've been homeless myself, and I know things are not just handed to you on a plate. Things have never been just handed to you on the plate. It's always been difficult, and they're making it even more difficult now, and that's what worries me.
Yeah, well, as you were saying there, they're making it more difficult. One of the proposals is to actually bring everything in-house, so that there's a single point of access for, access to homeless beds space. Now, what do you think of that?
I'll tell you what I think from my own experiences of having seen a single point of access, is that a system like that, especially where it's got no outside regulation, there's no regulatory body looking at them, it's very easy for that service to become corrupt and for it not to do its job properly, and there's nobody outside of Housing Options looking at them and telling them what they're doing right or wrong. And this is the problem, because we're now getting people going in Housing Options who, you know, one man as an example, terminally ill, learning difficulties, mental health problems, epilepsy, disabled, and legally, by law, they should have been providing him with accommodation, but this wasn't happening. Now, I believe that if it wasn't a single point of access, if it wasn't just one building, one group of people responsible for all the access to homeless services in the city, then that sort of corruption would be a lot less likely to happen, I think.
So with the single point of access, corruption's less likely to happen?
No, with the single point of access, corruption's more likely to happen.
Oh, sorry, I do apologise.
Because when you've got all the services going through one door, basically, it all depends on that group of people controlling the door. They have the power in the situation. You don't want one door with one group of people with all the power. You want a number of different doors, so that if one door is not letting people in for a bad reason, another door can say, hey, you're breaking the law. You shouldn't be doing that. And that's not happening.
Well, yeah, I've found that as well, that's part of the problem. Right, well, what do you hope this is going to achieve today?
I would like to think that it has an impact, not just in Leicester, because it's not just happening in Leicester, but countrywide on the people and the politicians, because at the end of the day it's very easy for us to not claim any responsibility, to sit back and say, well, I work every day, I'm a train driver, I'm a waitress, I don't have anything to do with politics. At the end of the day, this is our society, this is our responsibility, and the rights that we have and the laws that we have and the justice and the good things about this country are only stay here if we work to maintain them. So I think things like this encourage people to be more active, encourage people to be more aware, and put pressure on politicians to do the right thing.
Alright, that's not a problem. Right, thank you very much, Chloe, and I hope you do well here today.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, bye.